my mother, at 79, a baby is abandoned on her land. So she hears this baby crying day one, because those of you who've been to Africa, I'm sure you know women, there's no creche in the village. So when they go on the farm, they take their babies with them. As they work, they stop, breastfeed, and carry on. And they do that for days. So of course she hears this sound of a baby crying, and she assumes it's the neighbor, so she doesn't do anything about it. Day 2, she hears the same sound, doesn't do anything about it. Day 3, she thinks, hang on a minute, why isn't that sound moving? Why is it static? Because usually it would move. So she goes to check, and to her shock and horror, it's a baby boy, 3-month-old baby boy, left abandoned with a bag of clothes in a plastic bag. At this point, he can hardly cry. So, 1, it's a miracle he survived for 3 days. And 2, he'd been rubbing his heels on the ground, so there was no flesh left on his heels. And being African, it's warm. Safari ants, we call them safari ants, I don't know why, had eaten all the skin on his back and entered any part of his body where there's a hole. So you can imagine he was in a really pretty bad state. So she does the right thing, takes him to hospital, comes back and starts to find out. Because again, in Africa, communities, everybody knows everybody. Everybody knows who's given birth. Everybody knows who's lost a 3-month-old baby. But to date, which is 15 years ago, no one has ever come forward to claim the boy. 15 years later, we have now set up daycare centers. Now, one of the things I will keep campaigning for is I do not sign up for orphanages, because I have seen from my personal experience, when you put a child in an orphanage, you de-skill them, because what we don't appreciate, when a child lives with a family, they learn the basic skills that every human being needs, even if it's just moving plates from the table to the kitchen, and just those skills that they need. So we call them day centers. So we take children from the age of 3 who are orphaned. We find them families in the community that will look after them, and we support them in that way. And our oldest child is now at university, and we have seen their lives transformed over the years. So we now support over 400 orphans in the community.